Okay, using what we learned in the last video, I'm going to essentially be showing you what it looks like in full speed. Because in the last video, I really took my time to kind of explain a few things. But in this one, I'm going to go a little bit faster. Now, since we kind of already know what to do, we're going to look for a tree, we're going to punch it down, and we're going to get some wood, and we're going to go from there. But at the same time, something I kind of failed to mention in the last one, you're also going to be looking around, getting your surroundings in order. And something else I also failed to mention is getting food. Although I'm pretty sure I did it, I felt like I didn't really explain why. If the reason wasn't obvious enough already, your hunger bar goes down and you need to refill it. So getting food can help with that. Now, you don't necessarily have to kill animals and make a PETA or PETA mad about it. You can actually grow your own food by making a hoe, which I'll showcase here in a minute once I get wood. And to do that, you have to get some seeds by destroying grass, like that. Alright, we finally found a tree. Now with our newfound knowledge, we're going to punch it down and get the wood from it. And once we have enough wood, we're going to get various tools that will help us in our adventure. Now normally, it's a very sinful act against God to leave trees floating, but since I don't really plan on keeping this world, I'm going to do it anyway. Looks like we got some stone near us, so we don't have to dig straight down. We'll go ahead and mine this. Now it is more efficient to just mine 3 stone and make a stone pickaxe and just throw away your wood pickaxe immediately, but I guess it doesn't really matter, although it is more efficient to do so. It also helps to have a organized inventory. So even though I should probably eat some food right now, it might not be a good idea to eat the food raw, and you're probably better off making a furnace and cooking the food, or if you have the resources, you can actually make a campfire instead. I do believe I've seen coal over there, but I'm not sure if I feel like running back. Oh, actually, we got some right here. Perfect. And you actually don't need coal to make a campfire. You can make charcoal by smelting oak logs or any wooden logs, actually, to get charcoal. And just like in the last video, you can use that charcoal to make torches, and the torches can be used to see better and make it to where mobs, well, certain mobs don't necessarily spawn in that given area because it's light out. Anyway, let's not make a furnace. Let's make a campfire. I'm gonna show you how to use a campfire. Normally you'll make a furnace, but a campfire is much more efficient at cooking food, and it's actually a lot faster and can save a lot of time. And unlike a furnace, you can actually cook multiple things in the campfire at once, 4 things, instead of just 1 at a time, which makes it really fast. And it's unlimited, unless the campfire goes out, whether your friend puts water on it or takes it out with a shovel or whatever. Hopefully he doesn't do that though. Or if you do it, it'll burn out the campfire. Or even a splash potion of water will even burn out the campfire. You bastard. Anyway, once your campfire cooks it and doesn't explode for some reason, you'll get food. maybe not that much food, but you'll get what you put on there. It'll cook it much faster than a furnace, but you can still use a furnace nonetheless. Just know it's much cheaper and much faster to use a campfire. However, the campfire cannot be picked up and placed somewhere else unless you have Silk Touch, which you probably don't know what that is, so we're not going to cover that. But the furnace can be picked up early game, and the campfire cannot. Anyway, while that's cooking, we're going to gather more resources, like this llama right here. It's very innocent, but it drops a very good resource that we need for later, which is leather. And leather can be used to make a lot of things, which I'll show you in just a second. So leather can be used to make armor, but even better, item frames, horse armor, and some other stuff that I can't think of at the top of my head right now. Primarily, you're going to want leather for books, which will come later in the game. If you don't feel like collecting the leather now, you can do it later. There's plenty of time to make cow farms later. Okay, so essentially what I did in the first day was I got stone, I made stone tools, I got food, wood, and luckily I ended up getting 3 wool, which the wool can actually be used to make a bed, which is an extremely useful tool you can use to set your spawn. And essentially what that does is when I die, I will spawn next to this bed, whether on top of it, in front of it, to the side of it, or behind it. And the bed is also used for something else. When it becomes nighttime, I can skip the night while sleeping. If you're in a multiplayer world, you're probably going to have everybody sleep, but thankfully, they added a command that allows us to have only one person sleep. So whenever it becomes nighttime, we're going to go ahead and skip it because we don't really want to deal with the zombies and skeletons at the moment. But while we're waiting on that, what I mentioned earlier was a hoe. You can make a stone, wooden, gold, iron, diamond, or netherite hoe. And you can use this hoe to make crops if you don't feel like killing animals or if you can't find any. You can find grass, and you can use the grass, and you can till it with the hoe by right-clicking or left-clicking if you're on controller, and you can plant the seeds this way, preferably next to water. It doesn't have to be next to water, but it will help you a lot if it is next to water because it'll keep the ground, how do I say this? It'll keep it in this state, the block state that it's currently in. It'll keep it tilled. Anyway, you actually can speed up that growing process if you find a skeleton and the skeleton decides to drop its bones. And it looks like we cannot find a skeleton. But that's okay. Alright, we're going to skip through the night. And actually, no, we're not. Just kidding. We're going to kill that zombie first. Alright, now we're going to skip through the night. I'm being touched inappropriately and I need an adult. Anyway, we technically don't need this leather right now, but since we have it, we might as well make a little hat. And now we have a leather hat, which barely gives us any armor, but it gives us a little bit of protection. Horses also drop leather. Oh, that's loud. So if you see them, make sure to slaughter them because other Minecraft players love it and you will make tons of friends if you constantly kill horses in front of them. Anyway, congratulations, you survived the night. Day 2. So basically what we're going to do in day 2 is almost the same thing, but we're going to explore a little bit more. We got our spawn set, we got enough food, we might as well. Or, if you feel comfortable enough with the area you're in, you can build a little safety hut. Or if you play Call of Duty, you can call it your safety corner because you never leave it and you never play the objective. Boom, my safety hut. I'm just kidding. Typically when you build houses, try not to make them ugly. I mean, they can be ugly, but it would look a lot better if you didn't. This wooden box will have to do for now. Maybe give us a little doorway. And this is our safe space. And the very violent people on Twitter cannot hurt us in there. Anyway, as I mentioned in the last video, wood is a very, very valuable resource because you can make boats, which you can use to travel across the water faster. It's way faster than swimming. And you can make doors, like I just did. Now we can open and close this door. We can get in. Mobs can also get in if you leave it opened. Zombies can break your door down. If you see a zombie holding an axe for whatever reason, it will instantly break your door down. So keep that in mind. That's pretty rare, so you probably won't have to worry about that. Or if you really don't want mobs getting in, you can open and close it and place a little block in front of it, and they will not come in. Spiders and maybe zombies might come in, unless you block it completely off. Then in that case, they won't. Anyway, from here, you can do a lot of things. You can go mining and try to get iron, or you can explore the area a little bit. Oceans are loaded with loot. A lot of the time, you'll actually find some structures containing the loot. Or you can find underwater caves with magma blocks, and you can actually swim all the way down there. And the magma blocks will suck you down. But if you notice, your little bubbles go back up, and you don't necessarily drown or whatever. So you can actually utilize these to go underwater mining, and this is typically useful in servers with a lot of people, and you don't want to go 1,000 blocks away from spawn. You can go underwater mining, and a lot of the time it's completely unlooted because nobody bothers with it for whatever reason. It's also a very good way to find diamonds, which we just found earlier, and right there, surprisingly. And iron. Iron looks like this. Or, if you're above this Y level, which I wish coordinates were on, but I forgot to turn them on. It's typically not in deep slate, but in stone. And it looks very similar to like this. It's the only difference is the stone color, but it looks like this. You'll know when you see it. And you use a stone pickaxe to mine this, and it'll drop you raw iron. And we can take this raw iron and smelt it in the furnace. Now, you probably won't go underwater mining like I am doing right now. This is very inefficient, but I don't know, why not, right? Also, something I failed to mention earlier, you have to stay crouched on the magma block, because if you don't, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. It will hurt you. Alright. We're going to take this magma block with me. so I can breathe underwater and not drown to death, because that would be nice. So now that we know those diamonds are there, we will come back for them after we smelt this iron. I guess if we really wanted to, we could probably do it down here. Because there is stone. Yeah, we'll just do it down here. Crafting tables and furnaces do work underwater. Something I also failed to mention earlier is you don't have to go in a cave to find iron. You can strip mine. And if you're wondering what that is, strip mining is where you dig a 2x2 hole, like I dig these 2 blocks, and I keep digging 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks in one direction. And you can find iron that way. Anyway, once we get 3 iron, normally I would make a bucket, because a bucket is a very useful tool, which I can give you lots of reasons for, but I'm not going to make a bucket, so I'm not going to bother explaining it. So you're probably better off just making an iron pickaxe so you can mine the diamonds, the gold, and redstone if you want. Notice how I didn't mention lapis. You probably don't know what that is, but lapis is a tool for later that we'll need. You can actually mine it with a stone pickaxe. A lot of people don't know that, surprisingly. But as you saw right there, I just mined it with a stone pickaxe. Anyway, iron smelted, so let's make a pickaxe. If I remember to get my wood out of the furnace to make sticks. Alright, we have an iron pickaxe. Now, something I should mention immediately. You should not throw away your stone pickaxe like you did with the wood pickaxe, because iron is not as common as stone is, because stone is super easy to get rather than iron. So you're much better off still using the stone pickaxe and saving the iron pickaxe for when you really need it. So now we have an iron pickaxe, so let's go ahead and mine these diamonds. And these diamonds can be used to make, you guessed it, a diamond pickaxe. And the diamond pickaxe will not only be much, much better from an iron pickaxe, but we can also progress farther in the game with diamonds. Because if you want better armor and better tools, you're not forced to get diamonds, but if you're trying to get to the end game loot, you are now forced to get diamonds. That used to not be the case. You used to be able to make trader halls, which you probably don't know what those are. We'll cover those in a much later video. I'm sure of it. But now, diamonds are a necessity. You need diamonds to progress through the game. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab those other diamonds over there we saw earlier, and then we'll get the hell out of this. Oh, we found more. Man, we are getting really lucky with this. Alright, we got the diamonds. Now let's get out of this cave. If the cave is too deep, and you can't get out, you can use your magma block to get out. I would not recommend doing this unless you've played the game for a decent amount of time and you're pretty good with the movement, if you feel comfortable going down here, then by all means do it. Oh my god, that's a trident. If you see a drowned holding a trident and you do not have armor, I would not recommend engaging with them, because they will more than likely kill you, or they might just stand there and take it and let you kill them. But more than likely, they're just gonna throw the trident at you, and it's gonna deal 8 hearts of damage, which is not good because you only have 10 hearts to spare, and they can also melee you with it if you get too close. So that's not good. Well, we got our safety hut, so let's put our bed in our safety hut and let's go to bed and skip through the night. Now that we have our diamonds, we can make a diamond pickaxe, and we actually have some extra. So let's go ahead and make a sword so we can defend ourselves a lot better. So from this point forward, you can look for more diamonds in either underwater caves or normal caves if you can find them. And from that point, try to get either a full set of armor and maybe a full set of tools. Or if you really want to, just get 5 diamonds and you can make a pickaxe and you can save the other 2 diamonds for an enchantment table. I'm sure you don't know what that is either, but anyway, the diamond pickaxe can be used to mine obsidian, and to get obsidian, you essentially need to make, well, not make, but you find water and lava. And this is where the bucket comes in. Anyway, the bucket, using 3 iron like that, can be used to pick up water or lava by right clicking or left trigger if you're on controller, and you can place it and pick it up and place it, pick it up and place it. And anyway, you essentially need water and lava, and you find a lava source block like this. Sometimes you'll find it on the surface with multiple lava source blocks, but more than likely you're going to find it in a cave down below. But anyway, you take your water and you place it on top of the lava, and that creates obsidian, and then you can use your diamond pickaxe to mine the obsidian. And it takes a little bit longer than normal blocks do, but you do get it like that, and then boom, you have obsidian. And obsidian, if you get enough of them, you can make a nether portal, which is used for progression. And you essentially build it like this. Boom! And now you have a nether portal. And there's a couple ways you can activate it. Either a flint and steel or a fire charge. That is a water bucket. Anyway, you take your flint and steel, you light it, and then boom, you have another portal. And I briefly mentioned this in the other video. I was talking about the overworld and other dimensions. We are currently in the overworld. This portal right here, we use for making obsidian, can go into the nether. And surprisingly, a very large portion of Minecraft players have never been to the nether in survival, which is honestly baffling to me. But I would not recommend doing this without armor, but if we do head through it, I will show you what it looks like. You just stand in it for a minute. It typically looks like this. It's essentially hell. And there is various mobs and... oh man, we got really lucky with that spawn. Various mobs and a lot of lava here. And there's a lot of differences in this dimension. We'll cover in another video. The main difference is you cannot place water here. It disappears. It's gone. Gone forever. But anyway, we're not ready for this, so we're gonna head back. But that is essentially what you should be doing with your time, is getting wood, cobblestone, iron, and then essentially diamond tools. And then whenever you feel like you're ready, probably be a good idea to have full diamond armor before you head in here. I mean, yeah, that's about it. With that being said, you don't have to do these things. You can do anything. You can make your house look a little bit better. I'm sure I'll make a series on how to build, but this is a very ugly house. It's very functional, though. But yep, that's about it.